Psych, because it's April Fool's, actually, I thought I would switch up the presentation and the format, so JT, if you will. Today I will be doing a presentation on The Great Gatsby. Okay, sorry, I had a whole thing for it. Hi everyone, my name's Cooper Kim, and today we're going over The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. You might be wondering why I'm playing Chief Keef I don't like, and it's because I don't like this book. Next slide please, JT. The forward button, I don't know. No, don't play it again. Next slide. It's a quick table of contents, just an overview of what we're going over today. Just a fun little thing. All right, next slide. I'm sure you don't need that. About The Great Gatsby. If you will, hit the forward key really quick. Hit the forward key. The arrow thing. Yeah. It is a book. Okay, next slide. Here's the theme of the book. A lot of people debate, a lot of controversy. I think the theme of Great Gatsby is to get your eyes checked. Please hit the forward key for the example. And the example here is the famous Jay Gatsby looking at the green light. I'm sure many of you have read this book in high school. A lot of people argue about what it means. But really, I think the importance of this is that if Jay Gatsby had gotten his eyes checked and was wearing glasses when he was looking at the green light, he would have seen, he would have seen that it was not a green light, but an illuminated sign of John Deere. Which brings us to the sponsor of this presentation. Next slide. John Deere. Nothing runs like a deer. And that's a, oh. All right. And the next theme, of course, is that Daisy drives into a person very hard, as you might be aware during the book. And I believe if Daisy had gotten her eyes checked and was wearing some proper equipment like glasses like such, she wouldn't have hit that person. And the person that being, next slide, is Myrtle. I just wanted to take kind of a moment. I feel like she didn't get enough appreciation in the book to have a moment of silence and appreciation. JT, I have a song, and I believe it's In the Arms of an Angel, if you would play it. Everyone, please join me for a moment of silence. I don't think this is the right song, JT. Okay, just do the next slide. Sorry. Next slide. That wasn't supposed to. Anyway, consequences. What are the consequences of not getting your eyes checked? First, Jay gets shot. In the end of the book, Jay Gatsby gets shot, and that is a common trope where the main character dies. Some famous examples include Julius Caesar, Abraham Lincoln, John Deere. And that brings us back to our sponsor. Next slide, please. We are sponsored by John Deere. Nothing runs like a deer. And as you can see right here, the X300 series is on sale, but I do recommend the X500 myself. Once again, sponsored by John Deere. Thank you, John Deere. Next slide. Other people with bad eyesight. I thought this was an important slide. Up first, we have Harry Potter, of course. A fictional but true character. Without his glasses, he probably couldn't have done the things he did. Next slide. That's my cousin, Greg Cho. He has very bad eyesight, but thanks to his prescription, he can see really great. And finally, of course, Stevie Wonder. All right, next slide. Next slide. No, next. Just go get through this. Oh, please, come on. Okay. Conclusion. Wear your glasses and get your eyes checked. And here's a picture of Jay Gatsby with glasses, who kind of looks like Rick Rooney, I believe, in Breakfast at Tiffany's. You want to hit the arrow really quick? Yeah, which is it's a yellow face impersonation from a white man, very racist. But he kind of looks like Logic in this photo. Like Logic a little bit. And Logic doesn't really, but kind of looks like Steve Jobs. And Steve Jobs doesn't look like Don Cheadle. Okay. All right.
Oh my. This is... It's like the thing at the airplane when you just go like at the airport. You ever see people that just stand there, just waiting, like it's a kid's ride or something? Like,
on the
yeah. It's like keep it, keep it moving, Right? Yeah, don't just stand there. Yeah, oh, you're welcome. You're just a force of a human being. No, you really are, and I think that needs to be appreciated around here. Yeah, yeah, heck yeah. Heck yeah. They should have a gluten-free Body of Christ option. You know, the Power Rangers theme song is a really fun song. You could do a lot with it. You could run around with it. You could go to bed to it. I love to sleep to the Power Rangers theme song. I'm just, go, Power Rangers. There's a kid here who works at Chick-fil-A over here. The handsome young man over, he works at Chick-fil-A. And I know you blast the, I'm about to trip. I know you blast the Power Rangers theme song while you're working there. I know you do. Go, Power Rangers. Do. My pleasure. Go, Power Rangers. Do. Will this be dining? Go, Power Rangers. Do. Go, Power Rangers. Caitlin? Caitlin. DoorDash for Caitlin. My pleasure. Go, Power Rangers. That's always fun. My dad went to church once, and they let him in, and him and the priest became friends. Went to the whole confession, went in right in there. He went right in, sat down on the stool, looked at the priest, said, okay, let's get this out of the way. I've done pretty much everything. What are you going to do about it? He backed up like that, out of the confession thing. And the priest said, Mr. Palmerine, I don't think you're taking this very seriously. He says, right you are. Yeah. Yeah. So my father, he came home one day after he went to church. He said, son, he doesn't call me son. That's a lie. Why did he lie like that? He said, Mark, he said, I really don't think you should go to church. I said, why, Dad? He said, because the stools are just not that comfortable. I seriously think there's a serious issue with the stools, and I have a real problem with it. And he started to get angry. I said, Dad, it's okay. Relax. Relax. And then he said, no, it's not okay. You got to get some damn comfortable stools there. And I said, Dad, you got to relax. You got to relax. He says, okay. He goes upstairs. He closes the door. Goes to the stereo. There's a record on the stereo. He puts on the record. Go, Power Rangers! Go, Power Rangers! He was good. He was relaxed. He was relaxed then. All right, guys. That's all I have. So thank you.
Hello. I have some big news today. As of today, I've been an engaged woman for 8 months. Can I get some claps? Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that, to say the least. I cannot imagine dating in COVID. I have some friends dating in COVID, and they have some new terminology, like, she's a mask 10, but without it, she's like a 7. And these are some beauty standards I don't know if I can compete with today. So I'm pretty glad. I've heard some stories, and there's a lot of bad dates going on with COVID, but I hope my story today will make your date feel a little less bad. So let's bring it back to freshman year, when I was a single bachelorette on Tinder for all the right reasons. And so on Tinder back in the days, I had one requirement to swipe right, and it was your frat listed in your bio. I wasn't in a sorority, so all I wanted to do was get into frat parties. If you ever snapped me asking about my day, didn't care. You're cute, didn't care. Frat party tonight? I'll be there. That was all I had. Well, this backfired a little bit because I ended up having the worst date of my life. And you may think like, but no, the worst date of my life. So I matched with a guy, and let's just call his frat apple cinnamon pie or something like that. And he invited me over. He had snapped me for a few days before, and then he was like, I'm having a kickback, and so obviously then I started responding. He said, hey, I'm having a kickback, just some of the guys, if you want to bring some girls over. I said, be there in 10. I got there. He was not there. Some random guy came up to me and said, hey, are you Brian's chick tonight? And I was like, yeah, I guess you could say that. Went upstairs. My date walks in, he says, hey, there's a new party going on, I'm gonna leave, but have fun hanging out here. I was a little bit awkward, to say the least, but the best thing one can do when having an awkward time is drink the juice provided, if you know what I mean. So I drank a little bit too much juice that night. I took a little nap mid-juice and woke up to see my friend's not there, 20 people I don't know, and my original date sitting back next to me. And I'm like, okay, interesting. And this is where it all goes bad. You know that rumbling in your stomach where you know it's just not gonna be a good night? That hit me. I said, where's your nearest bathroom? He said, 3 floors down. So when I say I ran like I've never ran before, I booked it to the stairs, but projectile vomited down all 3 stairs. To make it worse, I slipped in my projectile vomit down 1 flight of stairs, but keeping myself at the best composure, I make it to the bathroom and go in the toilet. And then I get the second rumbling, the one where you have to shit. So I'm vomiting in the toilet, and I can't hold it at the exact same time. Let me put a little side picture in it for you. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna do a little switcheroo, pull down my pants, and when I stop vomiting, just like turn around real fast. So my date walks in, and he's, so nice, bringing me cereal, but I don't see that. And I'm crying to my friend with my pants around my ankles, vomiting, and I say, I'm gonna shit myself right here. I was kicked out, to say the least. I think this was a special love story because we ended up dating for like 5 months. What do you know? But fortunately, not the man I'm engaged to today, so it didn't end up being the grand love story. But I would say it's a freshman year grand story if you ask me. But I hope if any of you are having some bad COVID dates right now, maybe you think it really wasn't that bad. Thank you.
Hello. So my name is Dan Berger, and before I get started today, I just want to see a show of hands. Who here has been to a strip club? Anybody? Great. So this will be a cautionary tale for all of you. All right? Because I'm about to tell you all the story of the time that I went to my first strip club. Be warned, all right? These strippers are out to get your money. They don't like you in any way. They like your wallet. So, that would have been a nice thing to know about the first time that I went to a strip club. So let me set the scene. Me and my friends, we were going to Windsor, Canada, because they have a Caesars casino and the drinking age is 18. So we were gonna have a fun weekend for ourselves. We went out there, we were dressed all nice. We were dressed like the crew from Ocean's 11, getting ready to go rob this place. But we were really just there to lose all of our fucking money, kind of the opposite of Ocean's 11. So I'm there, I'm looking pretty snazzy, like I won't lie. I was wearing this nice Hugo Boss shirt, nice dress pants, I got the shoes. We do not belong in Windsor, Canada, but we were there, we were gonna ball out a little bit. Ball out in terms of like being a college student, all right, because you know we don't have a lot of money. So, you know, the casinos were fun, we went to the bars, those were fun, but the real night started right around maybe 2, 3 a.m. when we went to the strip club. So, Canadian strip clubs compared to American strip clubs, let me just put it this way. Canada has us beat in healthcare and strip clubs, all right? They're way better. So they, you know, pretty attractive woman. This felt like a somewhat upscale. I haven't been to a ton, but it felt like pretty upscale. So we walk in, and almost immediately, this stripper named Tiffany walks up to me, kind of just like gets a little flirty with me. She's like, "Hey, like, can I like take you upstairs?" And I'm like, "What? Upstairs?" I'm like, look, because I'm still shocked by like just the boobies on stage, and then this one girl walks up to me, and I'm like, "Oh my God, it's all happening right now." So Tiffany's like, "Yeah, like it's $15 just to, you know, come upstairs. You get this little wristband, you can see what's up there." And I'm like, "Look, I'm not here to ball out, but I'm here to make memories, all right?" So I had to see what was up there. So I'm like, all right, I'll do it. I told my friends, I'm like, I'm gonna go up there. I can't just come to a strip club and not experience anything. So we go upstairs. I pay the $15, and she sits me down, and she says, all right. And she chose her words very carefully. She said, "It is $20 for a song." And I thought, well, I'm not just going to, you know, pay $15, come upstairs and be like, "Oh, it's a pretty cool place you got. All right, thanks for showing me around. I'll just be back with my friends." No, I paid her the $20. I'm like, all right, one song, because I'm not just gonna walk upstairs, look around, and go back downstairs. So when she sits me down, she's doing her thing, putting in some work. It's impressive, you know. I'll give her that. But I start to realize, she said, okay, $20 for a song, but this is not a normal unit of time. And it's being based off of the songs downstairs, and it's all mixed, right? It's like one song bleeds into another, it's very bass heavy, it's hard to tell what one song is. And so I'm kind of sitting there, like thinking about it while also trying to like enjoy, you know, the $20 I'm paying for. But then suddenly I'm sitting there thinking, and you know, I was a little bit buzzed, but I was still there, and I was thinking, it's been way longer than one song. Like, surely she would have stopped me and been like, okay, like your one song's up, do you want more or whatever? And I was like, so I'm starting to get confused, but like half of my mind is like, she must really like dancing on me if she's doing overtime right now. So, but finally enough time passed where I'm like, okay, something isn't right. And I kind of asked her, as awkwardly as you would imagine asking a stripper this question. I said, hey, isn't my one song up? And that's when, still dancing, she doesn't fucking break a sweat, she's still going. She says, actually, 5 of your songs are up. You owe me $100. And I'm like, what? I don't have I push her off. Gently, but I push her off. And I'm like, look, I don't, like, literally in my pocket, I do not have $100 to give you. And she's like, oh, that's okay. I'll take you down to the ATM we have downstairs. I'm like, fucking hell. Are you kidding me? So, Tiffany takes me down to the downstairs. I have to withdraw $100. I know what you're thinking. You should have just been like, well, just fucking run for it. All right, there's giant dudes watching the door. Tiffany's gonna get her money. She has a down payment to make on her next car, all right? So I give her the $100, and I'm not having fun for the rest of the night, because I feel like I was cheated. She said $50 for, or $20 for a song, not $20 per song. I thought the wording would have been important. Anyway, my friend was trying to cheer me up, and he was like, all right, Dan, he's been to a few more strip clubs than I have, and he said, I'm gonna try and cheer you up. Here's $1. What you're gonna do is you're gonna lick it, stick it on your forehead, and go up to the stage. And like these girls, like they grab the dollar like with their tits like a claw machine, all right? And so then like there's like boobs in your face, and I'm like, that's okay. Well, it's not my money, it's your money, so I'll give it a try. And so I'm still pissed off about the whole thing, about losing money. And I'm up there on the stage with the dollar on my head, just still kind of like annoyed. And like the stripper that's on stage on the pole, she sees me, and she's kind of doing a little come here. And I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, come on, get up here. And I'm like, okay. I'm like leaning forward. She's like, no, get up here. And I'm like, oh my God. So then adrenaline starts kicking in. I just pop right up onto the stage. She's kind of like, whoa. And I'm like, no, too much. She's like, no, good. So then she lies me down so that I'm on the fucking stage like this, all right? And she starts dancing on top of me. And look, this is like a positive reinforcement loop. Everyone in the strip club was seeing this, and they were chucking 20s on stage. All right, so this other stripper up here, it's like, this is her payday. She's gonna milk it. So she starts dancing on me. And she is, not to be crude, she's butt naked. I'm fully clothed. It's weird. At one point, I'm lying down like this, and she fucking kisses me with her lips like that. It was a lot. And the entire time, like, what was even crazier is she did this one move where she fucking like ripped my shirt open, and I'm like, what'd you do that for? But like I knew, she's like, look at you, I can do this to you and it won't matter. I'm like, yeah, you're right. So like finally I've had enough. Like I asked her, I'm like, look, am I being charged right now? Am I gonna be swindled out of like another $100? She's like, oh, don't worry, like there's an ATM over there, we'll get you covered. I'm like, no. So I roll off stage, and I'm like, fuck that. And we go home for the night. Crazy story on my hands, and I think, you know what? I lost like $115, so what, whatever. I look in the mirror, and my fucking nice-ass Hugo Boss shirt just ripped from the stripper who apparently deadlifts 150. She fucking, like, I thought it was impressive where she's like, ooh, like, save your buttons, I'll rip you off all sexy. No, she just ripped the fabric. And that's the story of how I lost a lot of money in a Hugo Boss shirt to a stripper. Thank you.
Because it's the April Fool's show, I thought that I wouldn't do anything related to comedy at all. And I'd do slam poetry. Because I'm very conscious about the world and its issues. So I wrote this poem about 40 minutes ago. It's called Women's Rights. Everything is terrible. Society sucks. I hate the world so much, I support climate change. Bullying, that's bad. But you know what else is bad? Genocide. Being a pedophile is bad. Because why touch a kid when you can touch their hearts? Everything is on social media. We all want likes. All we care about is likes. What happened to love? People are addicted to their phones. But I'm different. I'm addicted to whippets. My happiness doesn't come from a phone, it comes from a nitrous oxide can. When I see people on their phones, my eyes roll back into my head, and then I pass out. I can't wash away the tidal wave of hate that is plaguing us right now, much like I can't wash away the poop stains in my briefs. I smell like a public bathroom. The government won't solve any of my problems, like how I get quiet in groups. or my twice descended testicles? Thanks, Biden, but my ball sack still looks like a speed bag. Kids come up to it and smack the shit out of it. Make love, not war. Instead of fighting, soldiers should just finger each other. When a canal is blocked, people freak out. But when my airway gets blocked by a Monopoly piece, people ask, why did you think you could do that? Everything is terrible and society sucks. Women's rights. Thank you.
We have quite the guest for you guys tonight. We've flown him in from New York. Or thank you, Mark. Please give a round of applause for Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh my God.
Okay. Please. That's enough. That's enough. Okay, thank you. Thank you. No, please, you're too much. Please. I had to sew a button on a shirt today. Why do shirts have buttons? You guys ever seen a t-shirt? It worked just fine before. It's just extra steps to putting clothes on. You push and look. I've got a button-on shirt, ladies and gentlemen. You push the button, nothing happens. I look like an elevator panel. You know, pants have one button. That's pushing it. And what's the deal with Hollister pants? They took the zipper out and they put 5 or 6 buttons. I think I know what happened there. Every button is another opportunity to get your ding dong stuck. Hey, what's the deal with hot dogs? You know, I don't like to burn my mouth, so I wait for them to cool off. So I'm gonna call them room temperature hot dogs. Okay. Thank you. That's enough. Please, really, that's enough. That's enough. Hey, what's the deal with green beans? Okay, the green. I'll give it up, the green, okay. But they're not beans. I know what beans look like. Can we stop it with the hotel breakfast? I mean, come on. You can't call that breakfast. It's bad, it's gross. But that's how they get you. It's the only option. I mean, come on. I go in my hotel room, there's no food. There's a fridge, but what's the point of the fridge if there's no food in it? What am I paying for? And can we talk about the cereal choices? Nobody eats Special K. I went to a Starbucks the other day. What's the deal with Starbucks? I had to wait in line 2 minutes, and I order a coffee. And then 2 minutes later, I get a coffee, and I burn my mouth. When was the last time you seen a cord on the TV? I went over to one of my friend's house, and the cords are behind the wall. I still understand how it works. You're not going to trick me. I don't understand satellite television. I had a DirecTV guy come to my house, and he put a satellite on the roof. And I stared at it for hours, waiting for it to change. What's the deal with roofs these days? I think there's a bird under my roof. I thought that's what nests were for. Give me a topic.
Ice cream.
Hey, what's the deal with ice cream? Hey, there's no ice in it.
Jerry.
It's just milk. All right, I'm out. Give me another topic.
Airplanes.
Hey, what's the deal with airplanes? Hey, why does the pilot feel like he has to tell me everything, you know? Like, today, I'm gonna take it up to 20,000 feet, and then we're gonna go left, and if you look out, we're gonna pass over Denver. You know, we don't need to know every little thing. I don't go up there, I knock on the door and say, hey, yeah, I'm eating the peanuts. Yeah, I'm gonna eat a few now. I'm not gonna finish it. It's a big bag. And you see the flight attendants come out. There's one that reads the instructions, and there's one that acts it out. And above your airplane chair, there's a mask that gives you air. And the seatbelt, it clicks to open. Oh, seatbelts. Yeah, what's the deal with seatbelts? Who doesn't know how seatbelts work? Oh, and it clicks? I was gonna just rip the metal. I was gonna rip the fabric. Here, let me give a start. Is there anything else you guys want me to cover before I leave?
Cooper Kim.
Oh, Cooper. What's the deal with Cooper Kim? He's dressed just like me today. He went to a tailor to make his suit bigger. He says, yeah, I want to cover my hands. Give me the smallest tie you have. All right, let's bring up Cooper Kim. I'm out of gas. Thank you.
Jerry. Pleasure as always, Jerry. Thank you, Jerry. I mean, it's just such a pleasure to have such a legend here in the room with us.
The fuck is up?
Yeah.
Why are dicks so damn disobedient? Why do I always catch a boner in the most inopportune moments, right? I remember once I was in high school and I was talking to my crush, and we weren't talking real long. It was on like a 20-minute conversation, and the conversation started to get somewhat sexual. And this was back in high school before I had any control over my penis, right? So by the end of the conversation, I have a boner, right? And the bell rings, and everybody gets up, and they leave out to go to their next class, and I'm just fucking sitting there. And I have jogging pants on, and I'm hoping and praying no one asks, why are you still sitting here? Because I'm waiting out my fucking boner. So I had this trick that I used to do. I used to think of the most vile shit ever to get rid of my boners. So I'm sitting there in class, and I think of a live cactus eating a 70-year-old nun's pussy. And for some reason, that just didn't do the trick. So I have 30 seconds left in passing period. I gotta throw a fucking Hail Mary. I gotta get the hell out of here. So I think of the most vile shit ever. I think of Donald Trump having rough sex with my grandmother. Sick, right? Now, Dick, if you survive this, we have some serious shit to talk about when we get home. But you know, why can't shit just be easy, you know? Why can't I just say dick on, dick off? Or have one of those fancy dicks where I just clap twice and it turns on and off or some shit. And sometimes the dick just never turns on, you know? Like, a hard dick is like the sword of Gryffindor. When you need it most, it will present itself to you. No, for real. Like, ladies, have you ever been this close to getting the dick, right? And the guy just won't get hard? That shit's embarrassing. I know. I've been there. That shit is embarrassing and it ruins the fun, you know? It's like watching a close game of March Madness and then all of a sudden your power goes out, you know? It fucks everything up. So like, as I say again, why are dicks so damn disobedient? It's like I need a super nanny for my dick. Like, no, just recently, about a month ago, I had the worst sexual experience of my life. So I was with a girl, and we decided to split edibles. And there are like 20 Skittles in a pack, we each take 4 because we don't know how hard they're gonna hit, right? So we play Jenga, and an hour goes by, and we say, these edibles ain't shit. Which is something you always say before you make the worst mistake of your fucking life, right? So we say these edibles ain't shit, and we finish off the pack. I ate like 12 of them. She eats like 8. So 30 minutes goes by, and I feel like a buzz, right? And I'm like, I'm not high, but I feel something. These edibles ain't shit. I paid so much money for these edibles. And I'm just sitting there, and then I hear someone say, keep talking shit, nigga. I say, what? What the fuck? So I look down, and the next thing you know, we were curled up on the couch watching a movie. I don't know how we got there. I don't remember transitioning to that position. We just ended up there. And this is how I know the edibles were really kicking in. It's because what movie we were watching till this day, I still have no fucking clue what it was or what it was about. And after the movie's over, we start to fuck, right? And fellas, do you know that feeling when you're like 3 strokes in and you're like, I'm not gonna fucking make it?
Yes.
Thank you. I was like that, except the complete opposite. I was 3 strokes in, and I knew there was no way on God's green earth I was gonna be able to get my nut in. And halfway through fucking, my dick tips his hat and said, all right, you two have fun. I'll see you later. And walks out the fucking door. So I'm sitting there, the most embarrassing shit ever. It is fucking terrible. And it's like, my dick is my enemy. It's like it did the Nate Robinson challenge against me, you know? Like, what the fuck? But at the end of the day, whatever it's worth, still fuck though. Thank you, my name is Franko.
Well, is anyone here from Duluth, Minnesota? Is anyone here from Albuquerque, New Mexico? How about Hanover, New Hampshire? Anyone from that place? Yeah? Is anybody here from Jacksonville, Florida? No? How about Fayetteville, Arkansas? Anyone from that place? Shout it out loud. Anyone from there? Well, I want to read you some poems from Robert Frost, poems by the famous poets All Poetry, from allpoetry.com. Never mind, it's all in Pig Latin. No, I'm serious, look at this. I can't read it either. It's in Pig Latin. Osaway, Utsay, Ensay, Arisay, Lay, Ink They Lay. Thanks, Rob. Tip. Which parts did you find compelling? I didn't. Okay, let's find a different website for Robert Frost. Here we go, poetryfoundation.org. Let's read more about Robert Frost poetry. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay, next site. 10 of the best Robert Frost poems everyone should read from interesting literature. Okay, let's go there. Okay. Mending wall. Something there that doesn't love a wall, that sends the frozen ground swell under it, and spills the upper boulders in the sun, and makes gaps even too compass abreast. The work of hunters is another thing. I have come after them and made repair, where they have left not one stone on a stone, but they would have the rabbit out of hiding, to please the yelping dogs, the gasps, I mean. No one has seen them made or heard them made, but a spring mending time, we find them there. I let my neighbor know beyond the hill, and on a day we meet to walk the line, and set the wall between us once again. We keep the wall between us as we go, to reach the boulders that have fallen to each, and some are lows, and some are so nearly balls. We have to use a spell to make them balance. Stay where you are until our backs are turned. We wear our fingers through the handing them. Oh, just another kind of outdoor game. Once one on a side, it comes to little more. There where it is, we do not need the wall. He is all pine, and I am apple orchard. My apple trees will never get across, and eat the cones under his pines. I tell him, he only says, good fences make good neighbors. Spring is the mischief in me, and I wonder if I could put a notion in his head. Why do they make good neighbors? Isn't it where there are cows? But here, there are no cows. Before I built a wall, I'd ask to know what I was walling in or walling out, and to whom I was like to give offense. Something there that doesn't love a wall, that wants it down, I could say elves to him. But it's not elves exactly, and I'd rather he said it for himself. I see they're bringing a stone grasped firmly by the top in each hand, like an old stone savage armed. He moves in darkness, as it seems to me, not of woods, only in the shade of trees. He will not go behind his father's saying, and he likes having thought of it so well. He says, good fences make good neighbors. Robert Frost, Mending Wall. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.